Can you feel it wrapped around your soul with no control? You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I'll run, I'll hide. Darkness always clouds my mind. When I look behind, it's moving closer every time. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. 'Cause darkness is my old friend. You get me till at the end. At the end. Can you feel it wrapped around your soul with no control? You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. 'Cause darkness, my old friend, you get me till at the end.
What's going on, folks? Haven't seen you guys in a while. How you guys keeping? Lionel Messi's birthday. Happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Today is Q&A show. My name is Will Stewart. And this is our Thursday Q&A show where I go one-on-one with you guys. Make sure if you're new to the channel that you drop a subscribe and throw a like on the video. It helps us out. If we can get this video up to 100 likes, helps push it out to everybody and says, hey, come watch this video. Let's do that. Let's drop down, jump out of the chat, hit that like button for a sec, and then we'll get rolling again. And while you guys are doing that, I'll go ahead and roll through our shout outs. Spartan 7 Gaming, Wayne Bonner, Mama Coates, Celery Agent, AG, Kogamanim, Tony Gonim, Alex Burleton, and Bob Spur TV. These are our patrons. These are the folks that have been with us since the very beginning, supporting the channel, helping us to bring you content at least for now 5 times a week. Doing all kinds of different shows on all kinds of different topics. Today, breaking news. There is no new news. And maybe a little bit of new news, seeing that Mr. Paratici is interested in the gentleman pictured here, Nuno Espírito Santo. What do you guys know, folks? What do you guys know? Let's bring you in. There you are. There's the folks with the chat. Make sure you do subscribe, like the video, and hit that bell. That way you are notified every single time we go live. Yeah, folks, what do we got going on today? Let's see what some of the questions are. Let's say hello to some people. Mark says, looking increasingly like Nuno then. It is. Chop is not too happy about it, but we definitely don't want to do that anyway. Even if Nuno does get announced, we don't want to do that. Any new news? No new news. Well, nothing newsworthy, or I guess you could say. Nothing amazingly shocking. We got Eugene in the house. Kid Kid said he wants Potter over Nuno. I don't know if I agree. I don't know if I agree. Isaac says the same thing. Eugene saying hello. People saying hello to each other. Mr. Mark Swift is in the house. What's going on, Mr. Mark Swift? Hit the like. Come on, you know. Let's go. Wayne Bonner is also in the house. We've also got our channel members. Don't forget to shout them out. Channel members like Wayne Bonner here. If you need a membership, you can click that link that's pinned to the top of the chat. You see that little blue section right up in there? At the very top, there's a link right there. You can click that, and for as little as $4 a month, you can help support the channel. You can help the likes of us continue to grow and bring in more and more folks to do more and more shows. If you are interested in possibly doing a show, maybe you want to do a show but not necessarily on a channel, make sure to join our Saturday night live streams that we do called that's the late night THFC rants. And on that show, we just kind of, bring in all kinds of folks who want to jump on and come on and have a say. And that's how we meet people. And, we may bring you on and to have your own show. Lionel Messi's in the house. Eugene, everybody digging the song. Yeah, the information on the song is in the description. If you want to find out where that song is, you can go find that for the waiting on the stream. We do that. For some people find it annoying. We do that simply for the fact that it takes a little bit of time for everybody to get in the stream. Have you ever watched on a stream or waited for the notification on your phone and realized that by the time you get there, you've already missed a minute of it? That bothers me. And then you got to go back and rewind it and play it at like 1.5 speed in order to catch up to live. We run that 5-minute countdown just to allow everybody to jump in and get you guys settled before we start the show. That way you guys don't miss anything if you've hit that bell on the videos. And Wayne Bonner says, still no manager, just more tedious links. Yep, hence the title of the show. It's kind of like a play on word. You know, we've had so much breaking news throughout the time that you know, it's kind of funny, right? So it's breaking news, no new news. Everybody's wishing Lionel Messi happy birthday. One of the streams starting in the bottom right-hand corner of the countdown. There's a little bit of a timer, and you can see that. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining for the first time. And if this is your first time, make sure you do go ahead and drop a subscribe on the channel. It really helps us out. It doesn't cost you anything. Only thing is that you may, and even if you say you just don't really like the channel, but you watch every now and again, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe anyway. But you don't have to hit the bell, right? And then you don't get bothered by all the notifications. Maybe you'll see a video and things. But if you like the show, go ahead and do hit that bell. That way you don't miss whenever we go live. The schedule for when we do our shows is in the about section on the channel. So go make sure and check that out. There are times Cody Mack's having some internet issues, so he didn't have a morning THFC yesterday morning. But we will be having one on the weekend. He'll be making that show up. Hopes to have a special guest on the show with him. Mario, my friend, Tottenham teacher. Morning, lads. It's not morning here, but good morning to you over there on the West Coast. And who else we got here? Ronaldo's better though. They're bantering each other. Tottenham Texan says he doesn't want Nuno. And other people wishing him a happy birthday. Good Kid says, who do you want then? Best drop. Paul Brown, evening all. Lionel Messi says, I was woken up by my Argentina teammates in the middle of the night just so they could sing me happy birthday and give me presents. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Big up yourself, Mr. Mark Swift. Mark, I appreciate everything that you do. Anytime, any video, if I'm in the chat or whatever, you're always there to say hello, and I appreciate that. And if folks are wondering what today's show is kind of focused, today's show is the first half of this show. I'm really going through the comments one-on-one from you, free, no super chats or anything like that. If you want to throw one in, you're welcome to do so. It will get priority. I'll read it above the long list of comments and chats that we got to do. But this show is you and me for the first half, and then we roll into the Creators Corner. Well, I throw the link and invite on some of your favorite Spurs YouTubers. Join us. They come as they please. They go as they please. And we'll be inviting them around. Just depends on how if the conversation is hot and going, we will bring them in later. And if it's slow, if you guys don't have much to say, we'll bring them in early. We got Hi William here. Hi Will. So Nuno, huh? I don't. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Mr. Paratici says that he wants him to be. He's pushing for him. Let's play 3 at the back. I am a fan of 3 at the back. I think it can be exciting. 3 at the back can be exciting. I think the 3 at the back system, either 3-4-3 or 3-5-2, particularly the 3-4-3, could be very helpful for us next season. We don't need to buy as many players if we're playing that system. And I think that it allows some of our players to be kind of switched around and move around into different locations. Stuff like that. For instance, I think Steven Bergwijn could be transitioned into a fairly decent right wing back. Right, fairly defensive winger. He's got, decent balls into the box skills, right? His crossing skills are good. More of an attacking minded player, but fairly defensive as well. And his issue with finishing doesn't come into play near as much. So you get the benefits of his kind of, not necessarily pace. I wouldn't necessarily say that he's a pacey player, but I mean, kind of along the veins of a Ryan Sessegnon, but on the right. Right? And Trebus says, please, no Nuno, please. I'm not sure if it would be that bad. Upgraded to the mic. Sorry, I didn't notice, Will. Did we upgrade the sound card and interface? No, sound card and interface is already premium, pretty premium. I'm rocking the Go XLR now, Mario. But the mic is a fairly recent new upgrade. It's a microphone that I used to have back in the day. Sold it off and had to get it back. I'm always investing in the channel, whether it's upgrading the light systems or doing whatever. The money that you guys put in helps to come back in and make the show better. So, yeah. Whether it be new set items, new audio items, also to the other people on the show the other people who host shows on the channel. Me being able to send them equipment and or give them the money to go out and buy equipment in order to make their show better. So make sure you guys do that, because audio issues, you're not going to have any with me, but with other folks can be an issue. And if you want to help get rid of those annoying and pesky fan noises, help us out with a super chat, a membership, a Patreon, go buy a t-shirt, whatever you want to do. And speaking of t-shirts, I forgot to remind you guys, TFCRants.com. You can go there and you can get all kinds of fun stuff. All of that goods. And we are all self-supported channel here. Currently don't have any sponsorships. Look, there are let's just say that there are some people who are ill-informed, who mock and make fun of people who do super chats or people who have memberships or Patreons or merchandise stores. And those people don't do what we do, right? Those people don't do what we do. They don't do what I do or what Irish Hotspur does or what Maddie Hayes does or any of us, right? Coming in, uploading short 10, 15, 20-minute videos once a day. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Sitting here for hours on end, 2 hours, all that stuff. It's not easy, right? To be able to sit there and talk about Tottenham Hotspur, to have enough content to go through 2 hours of a stream, bringing people in, doing all that stuff. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Takes up a lot of time. Yeah. We get our schedule. We have our schedule. We keep that schedule. Thumbnails are made. Videos are scheduled 8 hours in advance. Like clockwork. Like clockwork. And we're able to do that because you guys. People saying thanks. What's up? Let's see if we got any questions here. Man, the chat's really rocking. I'm really far behind. Kind of speed through these ones that are just whatchamacallits. WillStewartTHFCRants. You like dubstep. None better than Joker and Swindle. I'll have to check them out. I do like dubstep. I'm more of a I don't know. I EDM, just kind of in general, like the real hard raging dubstep. I'm not really a friend of. I like a little bit more melodic stuff. We got Dan in here says, out of the 4 terrible managers being touted, who would you like? Potter, Nuno, Martinez, Gerrard. For me, I think it's reluctantly Potter. For me, it would be Nuno, Martinez, Gerrard, and Potter. I personally think Potter's a mistake. I think Potter is an absolute mistake. Right? I really do. 3-4-3-3-5-2 is the new 4-3-3. Right? It is the new trend. It is the new formation that a lot of, even Pep Guardiola himself is experimenting with how to roll in that formation because it has a lot of benefits. If it's played possessively and progressively, it holds a lot of benefits. It allows you to commit to create width better than a 4-3-3 does. It also can help protect you against teams that are playing a 4-3-3 and give you number advantages and overloads in areas that you can't do with a 4-3-3, especially when playing against a 3-4-3. I like the formation. I do. I like it. What happened to the Valverde link? I'd rather have him. Yeah, I don't really know, man. I don't really know what happened to that particular link. I just haven't heard anything about it. You know what I mean? So no news in manager less Spurs. Meanwhile, Arsenal are on the verge of getting Ben White from 50 mil. Yeah, I just saw that. 50 mil seems quite a bit for Ben White. Not that Ben White's not a bad person, but I think that's a bit much for Mr. Ben White. We got Colin Turner. 108, man. I'm really behind in these chats. But we got, super chat here. Go straight to the super chat from Mr. Bosper TV. Bob, yes, you don't have to keep putting in super chats, but man, I appreciate it. 10-pound super chat. He says, we do this through our passion of Spurs football and chatting with people like us, the fans. However, it is very time consuming. Not many people would put in the hours we do without a little reward. Look, Bob, again, thank you for the super chat. And I agree. When you put in a super chat, you're not paying to have your question read. It's just like a tip jar, right? You're basically just saying, boom. There's 2 times. You guys know me. You guys have seen me in other people's chats. I've spent hundreds of dollars. Don't tell my wife. On super chats. Why? 1, maybe I'm kind of a narcissist. And if there's a heated conversation or debate, I have to get my comment read. I have to get my 2 cents in. Up over the noise. Right? That's one style. And 2, because I want to help support the creators, right? That's another reason why I want to do that. But that's why we do super chats. It's not some kind of hippy dippy thing. It's just a way that we support each other, right? Just a way that we support each other. And I'm behind. Go back up here to 108. Are people still saying hello? I say Nuno. That's what I say. Chopper says Potter is easily better than Nuno. I'm not a fan of Potter. I'm not. Mr. K's in the house. I don't know about that though, Dan. With the injuries that they had this season, I'm not 100% sure. Failed to win a single title with Porto. I think it just shows how low he is to take his team to the next step. Look, if you think that we're going to win a title next season, I don't think we're winning a title next season. I don't. But somebody who's experienced at playing a 3-4-3, 3-5-2, that's what I'm looking for. So that's why Martinez for me too is not great. I don't know a lot about him. So that's why I was very excited to have Conte. Very excited to have Conte come in. But unfortunately, we're not that ambitious. Fonseca, look, I'm looking for a 3-4-3, 3-5-2 specialist. I am. I'm telling you, it's the new deal. It's the new wave. A couple years, if you're not playing, it'll be like 4-3-3. Everybody wants to do it. 4-2-3-1. Everybody wants to do it. Will, he says, 1 point. I just wanted to make was that when we sold Bale, Levy did invest all the money back into the team. I'm just hoping it's the best for Kane if we do sell Kane. Look, hashtag leave you out. Agree with you on the hashtag leave you out. I hope you're right. I hope you are right. I hope you're right. I'm just saying that, I'm not going to trust it until it happens. Mr. Wobbles, he'll be interested in joining this Saturday show. If you have me on again, you're always welcome, Mr. Wobbles. On Saturday night, everyone's welcome for the late night rant show. If you guys would like to see another, maybe I'll throw a poll up in the community section of the page. If you'd like to have another late night rant show, but maybe earlier in the day for the people in the UK, so it's not at like 2:00 in the morning for you guys. I appreciate all the UK guys. You'd be surprised how many guys from over there in the UK are staying up late. Tottenham teacher had a comment here that for some reason was hidden. Where'd that go? Oh, somebody unhid it for him. But it said, there's 97 people watching the stream. If you like the stream, go ahead and smash that like button. Also, too, if it's your first time watching the show, make sure you do go over and hit that subscribe button while you're there liking the video. We appreciate it. We are on the push to 2,000. But we're not quite there. We are currently at like 1,200. So if we could get to like 1,250 by the end of this stream, that would be amazing. It would be amazing. Anyway, guys, I'm getting too far behind, so I'm going to have to skip forward here a little bit. My apologies if I missed your question. Go ahead and throw it in there again if you had something that I missed. But I'm going to jump. It is 1:29 in the PM. So I'm going to have to jump up to probably like 10 minutes back, or I'm never going to get there. Let's see. So we're jumped up to the minute 1:22 PM. So I've skipped about 10 minutes of questions. You guys are putting in. The chat is rocking. Might need to have to put like slow chat in on this one. Martinez for me, great man manager. There you go. I don't know a whole lot about Martinez. I mean, I know who Martinez is. I know he does, but I haven't studied Martinez. Bielsa can make us a top side. Look, the reason why I'm against Potter Bielsa is we do not have the squad to play a 4-2-3-1 attacking. We would need a lot more investment and a lot more players in order to compete in that system. playing with a 3 at the back system requires less investment. I'm talking about next season, right? I'm talking about next season. What is the best way? How can? And I think this is why Fabio Paratici is focusing on that. I think he sees it too. Potter plays exclusively 3 at the back. I don't know. I don't watch Brighton. But why does everyone say he's attacking? Most people misquote 3 at the back as being progressive or passive, pragmatic, defensive. Right? And everybody says that Potter is this attacking genius who plays this amazing, expansive football. But he's 3. I have to watch some of his stuff. I have to watch it. Plays exclusively 3 at the back, huh? I'll have to check it out. One realistic American you would like Spurs to sign. I mean, any of the ones you just wrote right there. McKennie, I think we missed out on him, man. No, look, I've watched Brighton. The reason why I don't like Potter is because, one, he couldn't get a fairly decent Brighton team higher than 16th. Another reason why I don't like Potter is because every time I've watched them play, they haven't played 3 at the back. They didn't play 3 at the back against us 2 times last season. Dan, that's not true. Not every game was 3-5-2 or 3-4-3. You're making me look it up again. You made me look it up now, Dan. Another reason why I don't like him is he's been going down performance. I think you're wrong, mate, about Potter playing at the back. You got Ben White, Adam Webster, Lewis Dunk, and Dan Burn playing 4 back in the 4-3-3 against Arsenal. You've got all right, so he didn't play 3 at the back against Arsenal, which is a team that if you think you play 3 at the back against, he did play 3 at the back against Newcastle, or at the back against Manchester United, 3 at the back against Everton, 4 at the back against Chelsea. Why does he do that? Why does he go 4 at the back against the big guys and 3 at the back against the little ones? Hit me with that video on YouTube, Dan. 3 at the back against Sheffield United. Three at the back against the Leeds. But to say he plays 4 at the back week in, week out doesn't seem to be the case. Unless he had injuries or something. I don't know. Might be an injury thing. Seems like he plays 4 at the back against strong sides. I don't know why. Anybody know why? I'm okay if you like Potter. Maybe not exclusive. You said exclusively, though. You said it with such conviction. Said it with such conviction. I mean, I guess it's not a. I guess it's not a good idea to do anything exclusively. But he lost his wing backs for the second half of the season, so the team was gonna struggle. Maybe. You think maybe it's one of the reasons why he played a 3 at the back was because he had that one dude that was scoring all of his goals. Oh, what's his name? What's his name? Chelsea played 3 at the back. Four 4-2 against Chelsea. I guess maybe that's a 3-5-2. Anyway. So Reload XXX says he used it in the league 28 out of the 38 games. That is preferred. That is preferred. But the experience is another one where he gets me. 1.1 points per game, pretty poor. 1.14 points per game, pretty poor. His win percentage is lower at Brighton than it was at Swansea. And Brighton's not a bad side. It's really not. Really not a bad side. Better than a lot of the teams above them. Put it that way. 92 Flamethrower says he likes 3 at the back because players like Burn and White are comfortable on the ball, can play as fullbacks, and it allows the wingbacks to push even higher. Yeah, that's what you want to do. It's fair. Well, see, there you go. You guys calling me out. Calling me out. Just kidding. He says, I think Brighton is a bad side. Not a lot of analysts have them pegged for relegation. I don't think they're a bad side. There's a lot of players from Brighton that I would take. Let me see. Got 25 foreign players. Let's see. Who would I take? Mbappe. Lampity. Suma. Dunk. White. Who else would I take? There's too many people from this. I think Oyster Guard's not horrible. Anyway. Everybody's saying Trossard. See? Not a bad side. Tottenham teacher asked a question about UEFA and the away goals. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that. I've been focused on Tottenham. Aaron's and Dumfries. Aaron's or Dumfries. Do I take Aaron's or Dumfries? Where's that question at over here? Mark, Aaron. Was probably Max Aaron's, to be honest with you. Why not both? No, they have more than just Basuma and Lampity. You wouldn't take Dunk? I'd take Dunk. White? I don't know. I think Mopé just has bad people around him, to be honest with you. I don't think he's a horrible player. I think Mopé has some skills. I mean, he's not Harry Kane. But I think he's better than a lot of people that are out there. Yeah, but is that the kind of manager you want? That sticks to their style regardless, even if that means they lose? It doesn't seem like a smart thing for a manager to do, in my opinion. Yeah, the tactics aren't working. We're not winning. But I'm going to stick to my guns and play the way that I want to play. Shouldn't you be out there to get more points? What's that noise? You guys hear that? Weird. We got Lionel Messi throwing in some stats for us. What we got? What do we got? Where'd it go? Is that in the music or is that my voice? You guys hear like a ringing noise? Or does it sound okay? I'm hearing like this wonky, weird ringing noise, man. Can you hear it? It's like background ring every time I speak. Can you hear it all of a sudden? It's fine on your end? I can hear it, dude. No, it's not the phone. I mean, if you guys can't hear it, then we're good. But I can hear it, and it's really annoying, man. It's like a ringing in my ear. That's freaky. Can you hear it? Oh man, it's gonna bug me all day. Gonna bug me. Anyways, people were asking questions up here. They were at me. Paul Gregory says he was brave enough to play attacking style with poor average team. That's why he got less points. He stuck to a style. Oh, that's right. I was looking for Lionel Messi's comment with a stat there. Notification here. We've got a new member in the house. Sai says has become a YouTube member. Thank you very much, Sai. That's very much appreciated. You guys, if you guys want to do that too, make sure you do click that link at the top. You're funny for trolling me. You can't know that, unfortunately. I try not to make claims like this, right? You can't make a claim like that. Abdul's going out there. Making a stance big enough. Sean Dyche. Not in my head, definitely in the audio here. It's probably going to be the headphones. I might have to swap them out. It might be this piece. Maybe it's kind of come unplugged, maybe a little bit. In my in-ear monitor. It's not something rubbing against something. I'm Asian, but thanks for trying to troll. Here's the comments. 76 games in the Premier League, 18 wins, 28 draws, 30 lost, 79 goals, 100 conceded. Nuno, 114 games in Premier League, 43 wins, 32 draws, 39 lost, 134 goals, and 138 conceded. So Nuno's got a way better record. Way better. Thank you, Mr. Messi. Yes, please do smash that subscribe. Really helps the channel. Mbappe missed many clear chances. I don't agree. Mbappe is not a bad player. He's not. Lots of people. Harry Kane misses clear chances. Can't say that if they had a better finisher, they'd finish higher. Sure, if the anybody squad had better players, they'd finish higher. There's not on paper. There's not as big of a difference between Wolves and Brighton, and Wolves finished 12th. People are doing that with 12th after losing Jota and having no Jimenez all season, no striker. Sorry, but the table doesn't lie. It just doesn't. Potter needs more experience before he comes to Spurs. Yeah. 10 wins. Oh, come on. Now, this is a hot take. This is a hot take right here. So because if we get Nuno, Harry Kane's going to get kicked in the head by a keeper? What does that mean? That doesn't make any sense. That is the most ridiculous comment I've read all day, Gene. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's what you mean. What do you mean by there will be a Raul Jimenez situation all over again? You know what I mean? Mopay, mo money, mopay. I don't care. I say mopay. That's how I say it. Ginty, you gotta know me by now, mate. I say things how I want to say things. Paddle my tushy, all that stuff. £35 million. Is that supposed to be a lot? What's that? Daniel Levy on Gareth Bale's face? Is that what's going on? Potter has a worse squad than Nuno. Sure, but not a big difference. Let me ask you this: why do you guys like Graham Potter? Seeing a lot of new names in the chat. If this is your first time watching the show, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and like the video. It sold Jota for 50 and only replaced him with 35. That's a bad deal. That's a bad deal. I just got an eyelash in my eyeball. I'd pick Nuno. I would. Stupid thing. I need to unplug it. I don't know if you guys hear it, but my Google Play was going off. That might be in my noise gate. How about that? Can I hear it now? Nice. Gary McDonald says he agrees that the three at the back. Thank you, Karen, for the $5 super chat, by the way. Really appreciate it. Agree on the three at the back and the Stevie B at right back, but Nuno's reliance on the low block and the lack of will to press and dominate the opposition worries me. I mean, is that a situational thing, though? Look, this is what I got. Like, you have to understand that managers' choices should reflect the players that they have in the squad, the teams that they're playing, right? I'm not convinced that he's going to play in a low block all the time. And Gigi says, Wilster, I'll fight you on this. Stevie B at right wing back. Why? Why would Stevie B not be a good right wing back? What aspect of his game is not good? At right wing back. So Steven Bergwijn, creativity is a 64, his attacking is a 65. He likes to play chip passes and long balls. Decently defensive. Fairly good on the ball. I mean, he didn't get a lot of playing time, so the stats for this season kind of low, to be honest. Look at 1920. 14 matches. 21 matches in total. Big chances missed, so 5, man. The only thing that I see here really is just his finishing. Right? Plays right wing. Why do I prefer Nuno over Potter? I prefer Nuno over Potter because he has more experience in the Premier League. With a team that is arguably not that much better than Brighton. It's better, but not that much better. He took them to Europa League second season out of promotion. And even in a very injury-ridden Wolves team this season, only dropped 5 spots. So for that reason alone, that he has more experience, I've seen him more often. I prefer him over Potter. That's it. But we're coming up on an hour here. So I want to bring in you guys want me to bring in some more folks, or do you want to just keep going this way? I can bring in more folks if you'd like. Invite people. If you are a creator and you are watching, you want to jump on. Jinta, if you want to come fight me about PvB, there's a link. There is a link. Let's see, some new news. What's going on now? Alistair Gold's going on a 950-mile cycle ride tomorrow. So Fabio Paratici has confirmed that we are not signing Insigne. No! God, no. Fabio Paratici has confirmed that THFC want to keep Ben Davies despite links to Napoli. The club would only consider offers over 30 million euro. That is ridiculous. Did you guys see that? 안녕하세요. 아니요, 늦게 들어왔어서 괜찮은데. Let's see. Got an ad, dude. I'm missing. I can't. Like, I can see it over here on the YouTube one, but I can't see it anywhere else. Yeah, 30 million euro for Ben Davies. Yeah. I know. Oh, man, that's horrid. That is horrible. Like, Ben Davies is going to get his testimonial. What is that noise? Oh, my gosh. Sorry, that kind of took the wind out of me. Bob, if you want to jump on, links in the group stuff. Because he's saying no, he's denying it. I'd rather have somebody come out and denying it than just letting it go. 30 million euro for Ben Davies is all the club will take. That's ridiculous. Yeah, he can, but he's poor, man. He is. He's poor. He's poor. I don't like Ben Davies. No, nobody's paying $30 million for Ben Davies. Nobody's paying that for Ben Davies. Nobody's paying that for Ben Davies. Nobody's paying that for Ben Davies. Crying out loud. But we got a friend from at You Tell Me Football podcast. If you haven't checked out Anthony and Genty over there on their podcast, make sure you go do that. But
Hello.
Genty, my man.
Oh, this looks like a superiority complex there. That was a little tiny square to your massive one, eh? Is that how it's going to be?
Whoops, wrong one. That's the one I wanted to do.
There you go. That's more like how goes it, man? I sent you a thing on Twitter through the You Tell Me Twitter. If you want to pull that up, because I had to, because we were looking in our first episode, we were looking at worst players, and one of us had to do like the centre back options. So the fan favourite was Dyer, and Anthony went for Sanchez. So I went for kind of a more fringe player, and I had to look up. I chose Steven Bergwijn, and so I had to look up a bunch of stuff with him, mate. So I'm gonna have to like talk to you about this, man, because like I don't see it at all.
All right, pull it up. Stop that. This.
So those are just the notes. So you can take away those little bullet points if you want. If you just want to crop the tables, is the important part.
Thing up there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, is there something on there that I don't need to?
No, it was just. I mean, I could go through point by point, but like, it's just the tables that are important, really. How are you anyway this fine day? Oh, he's moving at the mic.
I'm doing all right. Yeah, that had a weird file name. So whenever I download stuff off Twitter, it adds this weird file name to the back of it.
Does it?
Yeah,
what does it download? Does it save it as a
medium or
PNG, all right, rather than just PNG? That's weird.
Yeah, it's a weird deal. But all right, now let's share this pup. Oh. Why is that not showing up? Share them.
Oh, so that's what Mr. K's saying.
What is that? Man, my stuff's acting funny today.
Whoa, yeah, that was.
See if I can zoom this in, resize this puppy.
Sorry to cause all this, man. I didn't think it would be this much of an issue.
No, that's all right. Why can I not see it? I don't want it the best for profile. But I'll get that back up here in a second. But how are you? Who would you rather have, Nuno or Potter?
I don't know, mate. I really don't. I think you're right with like statistically he looks better and we'd be more solid for Nuno. And then I can also see the benefit of what people are saying with the attacking side of Potter. So it's like pick a poison, mate. Which one do you want to lack in? You know? I mean, I said I was saying that messaged that in as a question, but I think you just skip past it to catch up. But I seriously don't think. Well, that's too much of a hard take on it. I think it's unlikely that a manager who's happy at his club is going to leave just before pre-season, or a club that is all right with their manager is going to let their manager go just before pre-season. So I really think we're going to get a manager that's out of work right now. I think those are the first kind of choices. So then that means Nuno was, out of those two, Nuno would be the more likely candidate.
Yeah, for sure.
I would take, Ernesto Valverde out of the ones that we've been linked with currently.
Why is everyone so dead against Martinez? To be honest, is it because of his past in the Premier League?
Yeah, you talk about but Belgium guy Roberto Martinez. Yeah, I see you. I say Martinez. That's why I was confused who you're talking about there. Sorry. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, like, yeah, it's hard to not look good with that Belgium team. And when he's really struggled, he has struggled. But yeah, I was saying, right, so the reason that says Bale, 20 appearances, 11 goals, is that I was talking on the podcast, like, he's only scored 4 goals in 35 games, man. For an attacking winger, it's quite funny how he has this, celebration like that, but he barely gets to use it. And
yeah,
I was talking about, anecdotally, just recently, he wasn't in the Euros. Frank de Boer chose Quincy Promes over him. Like a guy who's 30 years old, played half a season at Spartak Moscow and has one more goal than this season in him, touch of a baby elephant. Because I mean, that goal that he scored this season in the Premier League, that he looked like he toe punted that, mate. That was like so close to go. It was like everyone was like, what a great goal. But I mean, that was about 10 yards out, man, and he nearly skied that over the bar. And his touch running into that run, it just, mate, honestly. And like, so when people were talking about, because he was snubbed for the Euros, and then people were saying, well, what are the actual best players that were snubbed for the teams? And it's actually El Ghazi, what people were saying for the Dutch team. So he's not even the best Dutch winger in the Premier League, as I was saying.
Yeah, I want him to play a wing back, though, not winger.
Right, yeah. So I was getting to that. So he's attacking options, right? You can see how El Ghazi just smokes him and everything apart from assists. And then there's people like yourself who people have been saying this rhetoric, to me, that he does the defensive duties, and I actively watch him when in games to see him do the defensive duties, and he tracks back, but he stands about 2-3 yards away from the guy with the ball. And just kind of ball watches. I hardly ever see him put a tackle in or try and run a man. And as I was saying, El Ghazi's more of an attacking winger, and so I thought I'd compare the two stats, and you can see the defensive stats right there, man. Like Bergwijn, basically the same amount of tackles per game. Basically, it's the exact same interceptions per game. Bergwijn fouls more, right? And he has a bit less clearances than him, and they have the exact same dribbled past by. So an attacking winger has better stats in some of them and the same stats in other. So so where's this philosophy, other than the fact that he tracks back, comes from this? He's a good defensive-minded player. Because it just, I don't see it, man. I struggle to see it, and I want him to succeed at this club. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate on him because he's only 23, and you could see you've seen moments where he's like, yeah, that there's a talent in there, but he's just awful sometimes, man. And I would love him just to get whatever demons. I know he had a lot. I think he was. Anthony was saying in the podcast, he was like one of the ones that was really targeted on social media. With
after the Liverpool match when he missed that.
Oh, so you got obviously
he's quite his balls into the box. Like he has, from assist wise, 3 assists this season. I'm not
don't
looking
know.
for somebody to be a fullback defensively. I'm just looking for someone who.
No, but this was just on this idea among fans that I always hear that he does the defensive duties, right? And as you can see, it doesn't. The stats don't lie up with that idea. And when I've watched him track back, he just sits about 5 yards away from the guy and ball watches. If you think he'd put a tackle in or be like, I don't know, shielding the ball or something, man, to have people this idea that he does it apart from just tracking back. And I mean, I actually can't remember where his assists were because obviously I just have been slowly getting rid of that season, just purging it from my mind. So were his assists coming in from crosses or anything like that, or were they just passes? Because you're talking about the idea of he's crossing. Does he actually?
So I mean, his cross. Well, he doesn't. He hasn't really played in a place where he's wide like a wingback would be crosswise, right? We're not talking like coming from the corner flag type of a deal. You're talking from an inverted winger position, balls into the box that have led to goals, right? Or balls in over the top.
Yeah,
he's doing little shovel passes in and over the top.
I mean, like, can you do polls in live chat, man? Like, I'm not new yet. Like, get what the audience think.
Can't do a poll, but they can do a comment here
or straw poll. You could
I wish you could do polls. I might be able to find a
there's
a bot or something that does it. But
there's straw polls. It's like a website where you type the question in and you just send a link in.
I can throw it on Twitter.
Yeah,
but
just say I was going to say it's Jenny talking shit.
Primarily left wing at PSV.
Yeah, cutting in to the right, wasn't he? Because he's right footed, isn't he?
Yeah, he's right footed.
Yeah, but I don't think he scored a lot of goals at PSV, sorry. Either. Because that's what people were saying. That's what Anthony was saying about it, was the fact that people who were saying we'll be buying from PSG, he doesn't score a lot of goals, and then the fact that he scored that beautiful goal against Man City on his debut kind of just really...
I thought he scored a lot at PSG.
Messed with his... I mean, let's see. Might be talking shit. Well, he might be talking shit, so it's not me, so that's fine.
Let's see.
Well, 29 goals at 112 games. How would you take that ratio?
The 16-17 season was the last season that he played. Leicester Division. That's their top division, right?
So he had one blinder of a season in 2018-19, where he scored half of his goals for PSV. So he didn't score for these first 2 years, and then he scored 2 goals.
For the 19-20 season, for the first half of the season, he was on 16 matches at 5 goals and 10 assists. And then for the 18-19 season, he had
that's when he had
14 goals and 12 assists. I mean, that's pretty.
That's his step. I mean, like that's nearly half of his goals in one season for the club.
Yeah, but you got to remember that was at like age 19.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you forget how young he is, man.
Yeah, 19, 20. You know what I mean? So at 20 years old, you're popping in that much. People are gonna, give you a look. But
the national team, 12-1.
He's primarily left winger. And I mean, maybe that's where he's comfortable, and there's just that Sonny being there doesn't really give him a shake.
But I mean, we talk about Sonny being as one of his big attributes is that he's 2-footed. So why not stick Sonny on the old right wing and have him on the left?
Yeah, for sure. But people who don't know, we do have later tonight, 9 at 9, over on Tottenham away. I'll be throwing the link to that in the chat later on. But make sure you guys catch that show. That's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, the chat's been quite funny with it. Oh, it's just, but yeah, I mean,
is he very one-footed? Look, the only person that I see is very one-footed is Eric Lamela.
Lucas a little bit. Well, Lucas and Lamela do this thing that always infuriate a lot of people. Is they take one too many touches and they dribble themselves into danger. They do like a Raheem Sterling.
Look, Lucas Moore is not a winger. He's not. Should never play winger again.
He was a winger before he came. Yeah, it wasn't.
But he's not. He's not a winger. His head's down far too much for him to play winger. I think he's played winger because we've had better options in the midfield, and he's never had to play it before, or maybe he's never been in a position where he's had to play it. Lucas is not decent on the left. Anytime he only has one direction to go, he's horrible.
Do you think that the best thing for him would be like going to a club? Because obviously there's talk about the potential of him leaving. If he would go to a system where it'd be like a 4-4-1-1, like a centre forward striker, so someone.
He has played that for us before.
But so someone holds up the ball and then passes to him, and then he keeps his head down and does like a dribble into the box and shoots.
Yeah, people that keep their heads down, it bothers me all. It bothers me even at youth football level, right? It's your head should always be up. You know, when you're doing dribbles and getting past people, you should always have an eye for making a pass. Otherwise, why are you doing it? You know what I mean?
I know, but it's like it's so far in his career now. You know, it's like. You're going to take like a season or two to kind of work that out of you, because you can only really do that during matches. You know, working on it pre-season and then getting it in matches and reviewing and all that. So he's going to be like 30 before he actually gets out of that habit, and then he's already nearly past his peak.
Okay, Mr. Athelstan with the 4-2-3-1 being a right midfielder or a left midfielder. Yes, technically it's not a winger. I understand that, Athelstan. That'll be all technical and stuff. But I says not much, but I want to show source support. Thank you, Jason. Every bit count. It adds up. Trust me, folks. Even like those little $1 ones.
Yeah.
By the end of the month, it all adds up.
So what do you think though about what I was saying of Bergwijn? Have I convinced you, or are you still in your?
I don't think I've seen enough games. Or to really make a judgment. I mean, he hasn't even played a full season yet, really. And he hasn't had a run of games either. The match here, it's a match there. It's appearances in cup competitions or whatnot or whatever. You know what I mean?
Well, isn't that telling in its own case though, that he's not shown enough in training to warrant a run out?
Yeah, that's why I just don't think. But I think they're looking at him in the wrong spots, though. You know what I mean? Until you're playing, I'd like to convert him into a right wing back, add to his defensive abilities, right? Leave his attacking abilities where they are, because he's not a great finisher. That's his problem. My problem with Bergwijn is that he's a horrible finisher. You watch his shots are usually like right at the keeper every time. It's like when he's coming, you know how people get in that habit when they're coming into goal and they're looking at the goalkeeper, and because they're looking at the goalkeeper, their shots go right to the keeper.
If you look at the stats again, like I think I think his confidence is shot with that, especially after that Liverpool game, because his shots per game have went right down, man. Like he's on a 0.7. That's like a centre back. That's like a CDM or a centre mid's shots per game, man. You know.
I mean, he's horrible at finishing. Personally.
But I think I'm saying that that's in his head, so he just passes it off. Maybe that's why he's getting more he's got the 3 assists, because he never actually wants to take on the shot himself.
Could be too, but I'm just even talking about the shots that he has taken. I mean, there's that one game where I think he had 2 assists in one game. and I think it was the same. He had like a goal and 2 assists. Like I think like half of those stats came all in one game, and he was he had like 4 shots on target that game, but 3 of them were just like right at the keeper. And I mean, from like they were sitter, he had plenty of time and space. He just when a normal person would have put him away, just like the Liverpool match.
Yeah.
But
I feel sorry for him, man. But he is crap.
Mr. Manny says, or make him practice shooting instead of playing basketball and cricket and training. They're horrible at basketball, by the way. Watching those guys play basketball and training just makes me laugh as a person.
I knew.
They're not even. Look, they're professional athletes. You would think that professional athletes would,
be
able to at least look like he's taking a jump shot. You know what I'm saying? Do I expect him to be good? No, but do I expect him to look like, a person who's never touched a basketball before? No. Sometimes it just makes me laugh, man. Like they're all like granny doing
granny shot and that, yeah. Oh, but like, do you feel though? I felt, see, when I was seeing those videos, I knew that was either going to. I thought that was either going to be like an absolute like bite us in the ass, or like just troll everyone, because like we were like at the top of the league around that time when those videos were coming out, and it would give you that rhetoric like, oh, we won the league, and we were playing basketball and cricket, or we were going to absolutely flop and say, oh well, you're playing basketball and cricket. It was one or the other. It was never going to be anything like good. That was going to be great PR or awful PR at the end of the season. With that, it was a restage. Yeah. It's just, man. I don't know. Like,
exactly, Dan. Exactly. Horrible basketball.
I like it. Just across, man. Talking about crosses, mate. What is it with our players' lack of ability to get past the first man and try to cross a ball in?
No, Mape. What are you talking about?
Is it Mape? Did you say again, or did you actually change? You said
I said Ma, M-A-U, Ma.
Mope.
Mo.
Yeah, Mope.
Look, I love you, 92 Play Flower, and or Adrian, or whoever you want to be called, but those are your opinions, man. Like, so you really think that Stevie B is a better finisher than Mape? Seriously?
Lyndon Dykes a better finisher than Stevie B, man. What did you think of that game when you were watching it? Did you have that one moment of like sheer,
people don't know he's talking about Scotland. This is the last leg of this, or the last match of Scotland versus Croatia.
Yeah. It hurt more. Did it hurt you more as well because it was the fact that it was Modric at his prime? Especially for me, that Modric was the player that was our star player when I started supporting Spurs. So to watch the guy who got me to love the club just destroy us, man. Oh, the passes he was pinging in. And that shot, what I mean, how can Scotland be upset, mate? I think like nearly every goal was a world-class goal against us, man. A 50-yard screamer, mate, curling, and then that shot from Modric, it was like, honestly, man.
Yeah, I thought it started well.
I really looked up for it, man.
The first half. But it seemed like they come out the second half and didn't have the passion. I didn't see. No, I mean, granted, it's not England. But I figured since it was their first tournament in 20 years or something like that, right?
23.
That you would see a little bit more fight for them in a game that was in their own hands, especially after coming back from a 1-0 down. And then it was just, just like they just didn't have the energy or whatever is what it seemed like.
I think it showed like no one's perfect, and it's clear to me now that I noticed it in the Czech game, and I noticed it in some of the qualifiers. But Steve Clark is great at getting them to work a system. His plan A is always, he's great at plan A, but when things aren't working with plan A, he struggles to make plan B and plan C work. Like,
and see, that's my problem with Potter. I think Potter's the exact same way, to be frank.
Yeah. Because, like, I don't know about you, but when he took off Che Adams instead of Lyndon Dykes for Nisbet, because Lyndon Dykes fits the plan A system where we huff the ball up to him and then he knocks it down for a player, But rather than say, well, let's keep our best strikers on, and also they were targeting the left side of us because Stephen O'Donnell was clearly a weakness in that game. He wasn't having a great game. So they targeted that left side. They went down the left side constantly in the second half, and it took him till about the 80th minute to bring off Stephen O'Donnell and bring someone else on when he should have done it. But the 60th minute, you should realise, right, their attack is just going down this one side. So we need to change that. And he just clearly was like, no, I need to stick with it, like, struggle to adapt, But no one's perfect, mate. And he got us to the qualifiers, I got us through to the Euros the first time ever. What do you think about the round of 16?
I think England got lucky.
Oh right, man! What a roll, man!
Germany barely got through. I was calling for Germany. I was calling for Hungary to knock them out. I didn't think Germany was going to get out of the group, and they barely did. They got out by the skin of their teeth, so I think England will beat Germany. Unfortunately,
the fact that they have just if he doesn't get them to the final, I don't know, because that lineup is terrible, man. Like that whole one side, all the best. I think it's just Netherlands and Germany are the only like top 10 sides or top 20 sides that are on that side of the board. France, Italy, Portugal. I mean, they're all they won't see them until the final, man.
Yeah.
Belgium and Italy, man. That's unfortunate. I think most people would have thought that'd have been the final for a lot of people, man, and they're having to face each other in the round of 16.
Yeah. I mean, we could stay here. At the final 16. I hate living in America. Sometimes you can't get
the right websites. You get the ESPN coverage.
Yeah. So when I like to use DuckDuckGo because it doesn't track me all over the place and show me a bunch of ads that I don't want to see because I accidentally looked at something.
Accidentally, aye.
I'm not talking about that. That I usually do on purpose, but I'm talking like because I look at some ad or something for something and then it shows me the next crazy, 5 years.
Yeah. Because like I knew it was bad with like that because I was like talking to my friend and we were talking about the way how like Andrew Yang's whole bit about having universal basic income because robots are just going to take all the service jobs away within 40 years, and he was talking about because he was like I don't think they'll take jobs over at McDonald's. And he was talking about, you have to be you have to have some human intelligence just for that thing, right? And I was like, no, man, like, just stick a temperature gauge on a burger flipper, man, and you've got it, And we're just talking about that. And then the next day on my Facebook feed, there was an ad to buy a robotic burger flipper for like $3,000. You're like, where has that came from? Clearly my phone was listening.
We can do a round of 16. I guess the first one is this Saturday, I guess. Huh? They gave him a bit of a break.
Yeah.
Not weird. Why would they do that? Why not just play it through? Because some of those teams would have almost like a full week off.
Yeah, it's strange. I think it's to do with it must have to do with COVID and having to restrictions when they're moving them from country to country. Because it's not.
I mean, I guess that's possible. Yeah.
Because it's not in
come from different areas. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not also just in one city, or one country. They're all in different countries. Because Croatia was apparently, they were saying in that match that they weren't even staying in Glasgow. They were immediately flying home to their home base in Croatia, then coming back in to avoid stuff. So it must be for COVID restrictions.
But Wales, Denmark, who do you think's winning that one?
Oh, I don't know, man. It's I would love Denmark to do well, because even though we've got 3 Spurs players, well, technically, yeah, one's ex now, players at Wales. I don't know. I just like the whole story about Denmark. They've done it before, where didn't they win Euro 90 as the underdogs, and they seem to fight for each other. Højbjerg's playing out his skin as well. So
yeah, I just think you're gonna miss Christian too bad, though. I don't think they have enough going forward. I think they got lucky, had a good positive match that last round, but other than that, they hadn't looked very attacking the whole tournament. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's gonna be a tough one. You got Italy and Austria.
Do you think Italy beats Belgium?
Huh?
Italy and Austria?
Yeah, Belgium and Portugal are playing each other.
I thought it was Belgium. I thought it was Belgium and Italy playing each other, and it was the other way. What?
Round 16, game 1 is Wales, Denmark. Number 2 is Italy versus Austria.
My bad. I'm thinking of yeah. In my head, I'm thinking Belgium are going to win, Italy are going to win, and then they're going to meet in the quarterfinal, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Belgium-Portugal could have been a final.
Do you?
That's going to be the tough one. Yeah, one of those 2 teams is going out right there, and those are 2 teams I think that could be in the final.
I think Italy beats Austria, personally.
Yeah, probably. Austria's looked pretty good, though, to be honest with you, but I think they just barely got out of their group. Netherlands versus Czech Republic. Czech Republic's look decent, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, took a point from Croatia. They still lost 1-0 to England, and I don't think England played that great. I don't think they had the real foot off the gas, because they qualified no matter what, but going it before that match, because of the fact that they already had 4 points, and even if they played third, they would have qualified. So I don't know, man. Netherlands look like they have a point to prove, because the fact that they're just being absolutely. Everyone's just completely saying they're nothing, this tournament. They seem to be playing pretty well, man. So
Belgium, Portugal. I guess we'll get to see if Martinez is any good, right?
Yeah. I mean, they can be, obviously. There's clearly gaps in that team, man. The 4-2 drubbing they got, from Germany. So it's not like he should win with that team, especially with Kevin De Bruyne back. I didn't think we were hearing that he wasn't going to be able to come back, and now he's back in, man. Lukaku's absolutely on fire right now. Him pinging passes. I mean, even it's just the fact that defense. I don't even know why are they still playing Thomas Vermaelen? You've got to question Roberto. You've got to question Martinez, man. When you've got players like Boyata and things, why is he playing this 35-year-old ex-gunner, ex-has-been?
Maybe it's sometimes coaches get weird about having, continuity or consistency in defense for some reason. It's kind of silly, to be honest with you.
Croatia, Spain next.
Croatia, Spain.
What What do you think?
Croatia hasn't looked that good, to be honest with you.
Neither does Spain, though.
That's true. Spain never has.
Spain, apart from that 5-0 win, I mean, even just a 5-0 win, like before that, like Morata looked. He's such a streaky or confidence player, because sometimes you just like, because I think that's what Spurs was saying, that like when he was watching Serie A, if he gets off well, then he'll play well for the rest of the match. But if he like makes a mistake or misses a chance, it seems to get in his head, and he keeps like, he'll keep rushing at stuff and fluffing the lines, and so like all of a sudden he's offside, and now he's like just snapping at any chance, and he's not being composed. So, and Gerard Moreno, man, like I never watched any of La Liga last year, really, man, apart from the big games, and so I didn't really see how good he was, but I did watch him in the Europa final, and he was kind of all right. Maybe he's just having a bad tournament or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think with, to be honest with you, I just don't really like either of those teams. To be fair.
Do you know who's playing pretty well? The Port, maybe from the Port.
Yeah, but I'm just not. But
you'll come.
And then France, Switzerland. France is obviously going to win that one.
France have been. I think they'll win, but France have been crap so far, man. I told people that they're not the powerhouse that they were in 2018 for the World Cup. Think Mbappe will finally kick off. Sorry,
It's possible he's Mbappe, right? But look, and like I don't look. Mbappe's a good player, right? But I don't think he's Messi, Ronaldo level, right? Ronaldo turns into a different animal when he's in a competition like this, right? He has this killer instinct, this winner's mentality that can make an average. This is why I think Ronaldo is better than Messi. Messi, talent-wise, skill-wise, better than Ronaldo all day. Ronaldo has this thing where I'm talking like clutch players. It's kind of like this Tom Brady.
I don't like. Obviously, we don't want to show other media out there, but I mean,
sorry, Messi, when you're watching there in the chat.
what you're talking about, I think the way that was a really good insight to that idea that you're talking about, that mentality, was that Netflix documentary, The Last Dance, with Michael Jordan. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Like what you're talking about there, like that's like you can just see the way he talks about these games and talks about everything is like that's that mentality, and it takes experience and like growing up, right? You have to have all these pieces in the right place, to get someone like that. Do you get what I mean?
I do.
No.
We got Bob Spurs in the house. Welcome, Bob Spurs. I keep forgetting to do the music today. What am I doing?
I've only come on for a mic check. I keep on doing this. How do I sound?
You all right, man?
It's all right.
Might be a little bit low, volume wise.
How do I turn it up?
Get a little closer to your face, maybe.
How does this sound?
That sounds great. Actually, like that. You want. With mics like this, you want to get him as close.
Oh.
You want to get him as close as you can.
Is it like a?
Yeah, is
it like mine where it looks like like that?
It's not as good as yours.
No. Does it look like that, or does it look like Will's? Was it got the direction because the mic is it will be at one side, so maybe if you twist it,
pull the top off it.
So you've got it on the wrong side. So if you turn it 180, then the mic side will be facing you because it's facing away because it sounds echoey because it's actually the mic's over there.
What about this?
No, turn it, man.
Flip the mic 180 degrees, like face it towards you.
How about that?
Yeah, that's
Better, yeah.
Is that it?
You're probably talking in the back of it.
I've been sitting there waiting to come on for about 10 minutes. Then I realised it was your link from your previous stream, and I'm thinking, why is nothing on screen? I don't understand. Never mind. Just got home from work, going to get showered up for 9 at night, and I thought I'd do this check now because I want to sound good. I'm even on my laptop, mate.
Oh.
Good deal, man. Good deal.
Getting up in the world. I just want to see what the main reason I want to come on is just see what your problem with Bergwijn was, Ginty.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
I think he was basically playing right wing back for the first few months anyway under Jose when we were top of the league, and the Liverpool game did take a lot out of him. Yes, questions need to be asked about his mentality, etc. But I don't think we've seen. Yeah, I know, but I don't think we've seen enough of him to say that he's definitive a great right back. Just as much as we can say he's definitely not a good right wing back. I believe we just need to suck it and see, just see how it goes. And if he's not, he's not. But I don't think we can make a judgment.
If Aurier goes, I think he could be made into an Aurier type wing back.
I don't know about that.
But we just don't know either way, do we? At the moment, it's one of those. I mean, I'd love to see him the right wing back purely from what I saw for the first few months. But like I say, it might work out, it might not. But I don't think it'd be fair to make a judgment either way right now because we haven't seen. Yeah, we haven't seen him in that position.
But see those stats I gave. That was just purely this season, mate. When he was playing what you were talking about, and they don't.
Yeah, he was playing in a shit team. You know what I mean? And let's be honest, his confidence totally went after that Liverpool game, and it was up against El Ghazi. Yeah, they played a bit better.
I like El Ghazi. To be honest, I take El Ghazi. I think he's a good. I don't think he's an average.
I just think we just don't need to judge him either way right now. I'm not saying he's our answer right wing back, but I'm not against giving him a try. That's all I'm saying.
I'll honestly, if he whatever he plays, I'll watch it again. But I just remember people were saying this thing.
Why would they kill his morale? This is what we're not playing him a right back. We're playing him a right wing back in a 3-4-3.
It's how you do it. Maybe he's talking about, because like that might kill his morale because he's thinking, I'm not good enough to be in that position. Oh, they're putting me back here. Like it's more of a kind of a step down. Because we want you rather than reinventing yourself, like if you don't word it correctly to him, a player with that morale, he might see that as a step down or he's came off the pedestal a bit, or maybe, do you know what I mean? Something like that.
I think in the modern game, fullbacks and wingbacks are almost more important than wingers nowadays, to be frank.
Yeah, definitely.
When you've got a player like Lamptey or Alexander Arnold or Tierney or Robertson. I mean, when you've got a really class fullback, people are in love with you. You know what I mean?
I just think we're just with this system, though. The only problem that we're having, I see anyway, at academy level, because I've heard from much people. No, this is not my opinion. This is opinions of people I've heard that have football coaches. They're talking about the fact that this 3 at the back system, playing from the back, is really making us produce crap defenders. Because they're training them to be ball playing centre backs like a John Stones and not John Stones. Is it Stone? John Stones? I'm talking about the Stones. He's great on the ball, but can he put a tackle in? Can he they teach like slide tackling is like blasphemy,
Well, I mean, because they don't even do it's like I don't know about where you guys are, but here it's not even allowed until you're like 15 years old, right?
So it's guaranteed foul in today's game, isn't it? Am I too far from the microphone now?
No, you're right.
Man, this is wicked.
Yeah,
liking it.
Better, especially when you're talking to the right side of the mic.
Yeah, that was a problem. That's why it sounded echoey, because it was like facing the wrong way.
Yeah. You guys hear me?
It's like that. It was like that.
But
hey, what was that? What was that with the dedication to the LGBT people with your
Oh,
picture from the other day.
Oh,
Well-
what?
Me?
I thought we were talking about UEFA.
Yeah, you took a couple of pictures that looked very camp and from the olden days.
Oh, you're talking about my my fitness days?
That's it. Yeah.
Dude, I don't
You
know
look
what you're
scary,
talking about.
man. You look.
That's good.
You looked free, but scary at the same time, which is a weird combination.
I am
thought
scary.
I thought you were referring to. Did you see that weird thing that
People don't know we were at.
Oh.
There's this. I did it because of the Will Strongman Stewart.
Oh yeah, the Scottish
The
guy.
kind of the troll account. My alternate account.
Oh wait, that
And
one. I thought
people
you were
were
talking about
making
the
fun of
Scottish
me
guy.
saying that doesn't what Will looks like. I'm like, yeah, no, I was pretty back in my day.
Back in your day.
We've all got trolls now. We've got Irish Hotspur
Irish
hat,
hat, yeah.
The
Bob
bun.
Diesel,
People haven't even noticed, but you also have the real bun, and it's
real
like
the
bun.
real bun, Bob Diesel. Yeah, man.
Bob
Liking it. Diesel. Liking it.
I haven't seen
I
them in
know.
the chat today. Where have they been?
They're
Yeah, but
probably
did you
racing around,
Did you hear about the fact that UEFA? This is what I thought you were referring to, Bob. The UEFA banned the Allianz Stadium from having a rainbow color,
No.
like over their video. Yeah, during Pride Month, like it was obvious. Munich were obviously doing stuff for
Yeah.
Pride Month, and the Munich council said, "Oh, why don't you put on that video? Like how it's all like video the side of it. Put like the rainbow flag." And UEFA just said, "Banned it." Like out of nowhere, like for no reason. And the guy, the European Union was like, I have no idea why they don't want to do it. They were so forward with say no to racism and in other inclusion things, and then they just say they're just sanctioning this and they won't tell us why. He says like you have to speak to them. They won't tell us why they don't want to do this. It's so weird.
Crazy. I'm laying into the FA and UEFA.
Merrill's. I'm not talking about mine. We're talking about me and my weightlifting. I used to lift weights. So don't get it confused. When Bob was talking about that, he was.
I was only kidding. I was only joking.
Tongue in cheek. Right?
Yeah.
We were talking.
like-
I was talking about. I was 6. I'm 6'5". I weigh 210 pounds at 7% body fat. So that's pretty tough. Pretty ripped.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
I'm
hell,
210 pounds
was-
at like 25% body fat. So I'm pretty fluffy now.
You say 75.
Not
25.
75, I'd be like a
I think
balloon,
that's
dude.
more. I think
You wouldn't be.
I guess more me is
No, you're maybe like 30. 75, I'd be feeling this whole screen with just my body.
Yeah.
25% body fat. You
I'd
can't
be a
feel
fool.
it,
It's
man.
all that.
I'd be a full tomato, mate. I don't know what's up with this webcam, mate. It just seems to make me as red as like I look like a certain individual who was angry. I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
With the shades. You just need the shades.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to lay
Was
into
cut.
the FA.
That's true. I was very cut.
That's it, really
Veiny.
cut, it was. I'm laying into the FA and UEFA tonight. They pissed me off today, so they're on my radar. I'll get away from Levy and the shit show at Tottenham for a bit, but yeah, the UEFA on. What about all this about getting rid of away goals next season? What the hell's that about?
Really?
There were a lot of people that were against the away goal
UEFA
rule.
are cutting away. There will be no away goals next season. I've always since well, I'd say about 20 years now. I've always been a firm believer. If my team's away from Spurs are away from home, I'll take a 2-1 defeat over a 1-0 defeat any day. If we're going to lose, I'd rather lose 2-1 away from home in the first leg than 1-0 because that one goal away from home in the first leg it plays massively. But that's gone out the window now. There will be no.
Well, what's the
away
point in
goals.
playing 2 legs then?
Yeah.
What's the point in playing 2 legs? If you're going to do away with the away goal rule, what's the point in playing 2 legs?
Is
No
it
point.
because
Just go to pens.
Is it not because like the main thing about away goals we complain about was it will cause teams to not play entertaining football in the sense because
Yeah,
they'll
but when
have
has
an
that
away
ever
goal
happened?
advantage.
When has
Shoot,
that happened?
I've
We
seen that.
rarely see it, mate. We rarely see
Usually,
it.
because of the away goals, that because the other team has a chance. You see that last game of the tie. It's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, like the second tie, The best 2 ties in our Champions League run-up were last ties that we got through on goal difference. You got the Ajax match. You got the City match.
That would have gone to penalties.
Oh, man. City would have been crazy.
Barcelona PSG wouldn't have happened. 6-4.
Yeah.
That would have also
or Liverpool and Barca as well.
Liverpool wouldn't have gotten through into the final.
4-3, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they had. Could you imagine a team losing a match and then going to penalty shootout and going through? That would make me more mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just don't see UEFA are just disgusting. They disgust me. I'll briefly touch on it now, and I'll go into more in depth at 9 at night. They went up to the FA, and the FA got just as much to blame. They went up to the FA and said, "Oh, we'd like 2,500 delegates and VIP people to attend the England-Germany." FA turned around and said, "Okay, yeah, no problem. Come in, follow quarantine, do the regular procedures and all." And the UEFA like, no, it's all right. They're VIPs. They're delegates. They don't get COVID. They're not normal people. We don't have to follow. FA like, no. Believe it or not, there's a pandemic. We have just extended the open day. So then we feel like, no, fuck this. We're going to Budapest. We'll take it to Hungary then. FA, rather than saying, right, you know what? We've had a bit of a pandemic. We've had quite a few deaths and piss off. Go to Budapest. No. What do? With a marshmallow of a backbone, they turn around and say, no, it's all right. No, forget it. Forget the pandemic. Forget all the COVID restrictions. Come in. Do as you will. 2,500 people. Come in. We'll segregate a little place for you, and that should be enough. What a load of bull crap! What a load of bull crap! And it just shows UEFA's bully tactics and the corrupt mindset, and the FA, who have always had a bit of a marshmallow, soft, spongy backbone anyway, and it's just.
Wasn't the rhetoric though? It was the great equalizer, and they're saying no, they don't get COVID.
Mate, it's as someone who's lost 2 members of family through COVID. I think this stinks, and rest assured, it will be brought up tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but my.
Yeah, how have they got away with that though? I've not heard anything about the news. Maybe it's my news feed is more, it's not showing it, but surely something like on that level would be quite big in the news. How have they swept that under the rug? That 2,500 people are being given.
I'll tell you what. If you like Russell Brand, who's done a little 7-minute podcast on that as well, and I thoroughly recommend watching it before. Obviously, I keep on going down there for the camera because that's where it normally is for my phone.
Hello.
But yeah, I'm gonna get showered. I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna get something to eat. I've just literally walked in. I thought I need to do my mic check now.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Eeny meeny miny mo.
I could do a bit of man smell.
Actually, that sounds better. If you could get like a stand, in the future, like you can get. Let me show you here. If I don't knock stuff over.
Show off.
But you can get these little stands.
It's got a spare mic, mate. It's better than yours,
Yeah, right. Okay.
And I got another one back there too.
See, I've got one that just twists and it's only little. So it's like
yours so this
is bigger
has
than
a little. This has a little. This comes on and off, but you can get this a little bit longer, and you can actually set because the closer you get it to your mouth, the better it sounds, right? So when you're back here, you see how it gets a little tinny and stuff like that. The volume goes higher. But when you get up in here, it sounds all nice and smooth and milky.
But that's like you saying, "Look at me, you can hear me, you can sound really tinny." But listen to me now. Anyone can do that.
But if you can get closer, or you just go get yourself like one of these like little boom arms or whatever. They're like $10 or something like that. I mean,
I'm gonna have to invest.
I mean, you would have got one of them if you'd have purchased the one I sent you.
All right, piss off.
No, you piss off.
I do want to get that snowball though. That snowball seems to be, but you're not really big.
No, I think the one you got better is probably better, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, guys.
Yep.
Wicked. And I'll see you.
We only
later.
got 5 minutes left on the show anyway.
All right, yeah, go for it. So no manager still.
I know.
No
No
news.
news. No news, man. That's the weird thing. I thought there'd been news.
No news, Santos.
But people who are watching, make sure you do check out in an hour's time, in an hour and 5 minutes, we do have the 9 at 9 show. So make sure you guys come over and check that out. It'll be on Tottenham Away.
Make
go
sure
to the community section. There's a link over to the video. Make sure you go ahead and hit that set reminder button.
Yeah, and it has the best intro at any YouTube channel ever.
Yeah. Thumbnail's pretty dang good too. So is that extra time stinger is pretty good too.
All right then. All right, guys.
Yeah, wicked intro.
Yes,
Yes, Mario.
Mario's other thing, and
Isn't it great, Will and Jinty, that we can see people in the chat now and know them by their first names without even it coming on
yeah,
here,
like
you know?
Dan, you know.
Yeah, Dan. Yeah, exactly. Dan, like Wayne Bonner, you know, people like that.
Wayne,
Wayne.
Aglia, Mark.
Yeah, that's it. But there are some people out there, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Celery Agent.
92
You know Celery Agent?
Flamethrower, and people who come on the show. You know what I mean.
The one I don't like that keeps appearing is that Mr. K. Yeah, he's always in the chat, man. He's always a pain in the ass.
I to this day, he does a show on my channel. I don't even know his real name. I literally just call him Mr. K. I don't know him by anything other
I
than
won't say it. Just in
Mr.
case
K.
let's keep it.
I
So
literally,
people
I'm not even joking. I do not know his name. I saw his face probably before anybody did. I saw it before he even went to the protest. We chatted about the show, but I literally don't know his name.
Jinty, what's your real name?
Deal, mate.
It's Jim.
It's Jim. No, mine's is Jim, actually, yeah.
How did he put that through so quick?
I don't think
Basically, you keep trying to dox me, mate. You were asking, you said, what was Jenny's real name last? Well, I wasn't even there. And you were asking what my real name was.
People know where I live, what country I live, what city I live in.
I'm joking. Yeah, I'm joking. Don't worry.
I think I was saying, what was it?
Probably find my dang house if you wanted to try hard enough.
Jinty is actually an Indian name.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a lot of old women called Jinties.
Ah.
Indian families.
Oh,
Is that like a Scottish form of Geordie or something, or what is Jinty?
No.
Yeah.
No, man. You know what I'm into? Is that what you're saying now?
That's it. Oh, you wouldn't be called Jinty. You'd be called Jinty. Auntie Jinty. That's what you're called.
It's a long story. It's boring. Why I talk to me.
I'm named after a famous Bollywood actress with a dimple in the chin, mate. So don't get.
Island Life says his name's Jeff.
Jeff, go on. Who else?
My name is Jeff. I think it's doing that meme.
And your name is Jashinkar?
Oh, Jashankar. Jay Shankar. It's Jay Shankar, isn't it? आपको हिंदी बोलनी आती है?
Oh.
A bit of Will there. Will's not the only multilingual person, bald-headed person on this stream, mate.
Yeah. I think we can all speak a little bit of a second language. You know? Avel Galaka.
There was, Shauna, who's on our thing, and if she's watching, big up Shauna. She was doing a stream yesterday in her kitchen, right? And Akeem, yes, Akeem.
Thanks, Jeff.
Jeff, yeah. And while she was doing a stream in the kitchen, her mum walked in and put the tumble dryer on and putting all sorts of clothes on. But Shauna had to be quiet. So literally, it's about 7 minutes of her Shauna going. all you can hear her mum is going, sorting out the washing. The tumble dryer buttons going, dee, 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 dee. Then the tumble dryer going, and she was just sitting there going, and everyone's going, what's up, Shauna? She's like, my mum's here. I can't talk. So I don't know what's going on. But,
why can't you talk? Her mom's there.
I don't know. It's still a mystery. I mean, I'll try to, I go, if only we knew sign language.
I loved the noises, mate. I felt like I was really there, you know?
Yeah, that's it. But Question for you. Last question before I go. My phone's 1080 compatible, and so is my computer. And I've purchased the highest thing you can get within StreamYard, but for some reason I never play back in 1080. Any reason why?
You got to set the settings.
Okay.
So on your StreamYard,
StreamYard
there's a little
settings.
gear wrench, and you click on settings, and you go to broadcast quality in general, and you have to change it to 1080p. But when you're running the show from your phone, it'll only let you do it in 720.
720. Right. Okay. But now I should be able to. So yeah.
Yep.
Cool,
If you're doing it from your laptop, you should be able to do it from 1080. So
nice one. I'm going to be looking crisp, man.
Crisp and sharp.
Crisp
But I mean,
and
really,
sharp.
it's the cameras. To be honest with you, my frame is actually only 578.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's the sensor size and the lens.
Yeah. You go out of focus quite a bit as well, don't you?
Well, that's just because it's on autofocus. I mean, I could turn it off autofocus if I wanted to.
Is that a DSLR you're using?
That's better. Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all good.
But yeah, so I mean,
Your camera always seems a bit too high, Ginty. I don't know why that is, mate.
I don't know either, mate. I come off as like a tomato, so
yeah, it's just the head.
Just the head. They're going to call you the head now. That's it.
Now there's the bun, then there's the head.
Bun and the head, which sounds a bit wrong. But
Yeah. You're the pants.
I'm the pants.
He's no pants.
I'm definitely pants. I'm not going to say anything. Just remember, I'm just walking through for 1080.
Yeah, but
yes.
for streaming, you can't stream in 4K
Not yet.
through with guests.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 1080p is as high as you can go. You can stream
too
4K
powerful.
directly through YouTube. I
Mhm.
mean, what's the point? To be honest with you. For the people that don't know, I think it's something like 72% of my traffic is mobile. People watching it on their phones. So you couldn't tell the difference between 1080 and 4K anyway. I don't care what resolution your phone is, right? Because it's that big.
Yeah.
So the distance, unless you're literally wearing it on your face, you're not going to tell the difference between 1080p and 4K.
I watch you in VR, mate. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I think the only prominent one is 480 to 1080, isn't it? Really, that's the only in 4K. That's when there's a prominent change.
Yeah.
But
480.
720, even 720 to 1080 or 4K, I don't think there's much of a difference on your phone, depending on what phone you got.
720, there's going to be a difference. Like I can see a difference between 720 and 1080, but from 1080 to 4K, you can see it, but it's like nothing.
No.
It's minimal.
Those Ultra 4K trailers that come out on my 52-inch.
You know what, Brian? I'm seriously going to start. Maybe you want to join me one time on one. I'm going to start doing those.
Yeah.
For people, because look, I've looked around and I've looked at a lot of streaming YouTubers or people that do tech reviews, mic reviews, all that stuff, and it's all focused towards either gamers or something like that. I'm thinking about doing one for people with, football channels, stuff like that, because there are some subtle differences that I've had to roll through, doing what I do for the forum that we do here. I'm gonna start doing. Some just little, football tech reviews for people who are interested. It'll probably just be a separate upload. It's not going to be a big thing, but I figured there's enough people out there in the football community who maybe you're thinking about doing your own channel or you already do a channel. And, a lot of times if you're a footballer, you're not really into mic and tech reviews like that. So you're watching people you've never watched before. But if you know somebody and you trust them and they're giving you advice, and you appreciate the quality of their stream, it might be helpful to the community. So I'm gonna start
do it live as well, Will, if you can. Do it live.
Do it live, answer questions, Q&As, stuff like that.
Do it live. Get some guests on. Because if they're in the not football channel, but just say live YouTube. I don't know, live. Yeah, just YouTubers, general YouTubers who need any tech support. Doesn't have to be footballers. There's football channels. Just and say if they're looking to. YouTube, if they're looking to be YouTubers anyway, they'll be comfortable coming on live. I'll do that, mate. Yeah, definitely, 100%. You and Brian, 100%.
I just think it would be fun too, but I mean, especially from a football perspective too, right? Because there have been some certain things, that I've done and or looked at, that I've changed. I mean, you guys, it's been a progression for me, and it's still be a progression. That's the bad thing about me is I'm never done upgrading. But yeah, Chris says, "What do you guys think of who's the mystery signing?" Before we sign off, that'll be the last question of the day, and then we'll call it a 9. 9
It's
and
not
9.
news, is it? It's
No,
not
it's
even
just-
news. Oh, we're making a mystery signing by the manager who isn't a manager yet, but
Smoke
only if
screen.
the manager that we're not signed yet will be a manager, and then the mystery will be
Sabitzer, mate. Sabitzer's the only player, I think. Because we have such interest in him, and he has that release contract. He's a year out. I think it's the only player I can think of that could be this mystery signing.
Ryan Mason.
Or these other Italian players that we've been linked to previously with Paratici.
And Brian Island, sorry, now that you are listening, can you hear a ring after every time I speak?
No, I couldn't. I remember you saying it at the earlier stream. I've not heard a ring once.
I think you
Right
get
now
tinnitus.
I'm hearing like it sounds almost like 120 hertz ring after every time I speak, and I don't know what it is. It just started halfway through the stream.
Well, I couldn't hear it, mate, and I would listen.
Did you say you've got that little headset as a monitor? Did you say that was a monitor?
In-ear monitor.
Mate, it must be the in-ear monitor. Why do you need an in-ear monitor, really? If you're only
I have
ear?
headphones. I have studio headphones as well. No, it's not in my room. It's an electrical ring.
It must be the head. It must
Trickle
be.
to crackle. It's either like a cable or maybe I have a cable that's overlaying a power cable.
Your mic is coming through fine, so it's not the connection from the mic to the computer. It's clearly this monitor connection.
Yeah, I'll have to listen back with my near field monitors.
So you got your microphone straight horizontal with that thing right in front. Is that the right way to do it? Then?
Well, that's where with these mics. That's where the mic is coming in.
Right. Okay.
So that's why you were facing it the wrong way because it was turned facing the wrong way.
Right. Cool.
I don't know if you can see it, but inside there, that little round circle. One side's the front, that side's the back, but it looks the same. So you always got to look where the text is. Normally, like the logo for whatever mic it is, is going to be
at the front.
And that's the side you're supposed to talk into.
I've got that. Yeah,
so for those setups that you have, you want to have the front of the mic like directed at your throat if it's below you.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So then, it'll pick it up.
Well.
Yep.
And then you just get yourself a little. I like these pop filters better than the ones that
the ones we have. Yeah.
They attach with like a rubber band, or I just throw this on there and stick it on.
I do this for aesthetic reasons, It looks clean.
I think you live a little more broadcasty.
They do actually, yeah.
I got a little,
and they're actually cheaper. The reason why I don't like those little bendy ones is because they never go right, and tube sticking around your face.
I know, but Bob cut me off, and cut both of us off actually when he first joined. We didn't get to finish the Euros, and he cut off at the perfect time. We can ask him. We were starting to just about to talk about England, Germany, mate. I mean, it's poetry's in it, because it's the manager was the guy who missed the penalty at Euro 96 at the exact same stadium. It's either going to be come to haunt him.
It's all written in the stars. I've not been that impressed by Germany. Hungary should have beaten them. They've made hard work of Hungary, but we always underestimate a really good team, and we always fall short. Croatia were the easiest team we could have faced 4 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And we couldn't get past them. Germany are Germany, aren't they? Germany. They'll always get something, pull out something.
What you talk about the World Cup in 2018 now? Sorry.
Yeah. We played Croatia.
I mean, but you had such an easy run. Like that, they were the only decent side, man.
Yeah.
And you've got another. You've managed to get another decent run. You've avoided Italy, Belgium, Portugal, France, Spain.
England have always got better as the tournament's got on, and it wouldn't surprise me if we put in our best performance of the tournament against Germany and go out, because that's what normally happens. It would
set up a big match, because Germany's real rival, they would probably face them in the semi with the Dutch. That's going to be a heated game if that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. No, it'd be good. It's on my day off, so 5 o'clock kickoff doesn't bother me, and I think half the country will be finishing early, if not more. There's no one's going to be finishing at 5 o'clock on next Tuesday. There'll be 4 o'clock finishes left, right, and centre. No, it should be a good one, mate. Should be a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it's gone. It's gone now. I fixed it. The ring, it's gone.
I thought you put on an audio filter, by the way. You just went row, row, row. Like
I must have pushed the button.
You did.
You got that man smell, Bobby. You got that man smell.
The man smell. I'm dying for a poo. So
we got to end the stream too. I got a couple things I got to do before
that's on brand for Bobby, you know.
Yeah. I got to go for a diet, and I got to get ready for my 9 at 9. If I'm late again, it's your fault.
Yeah, Bob, he's gonna get it. Whatever. I think it was just a. I think I had a USB cable that was crossing my cable.
So you got EMF feature interference.
Yeah, a little bit of ringing. So,
radio.
All right, folks, guys, watching the show, make sure you head over to 9 at 9. Ginty, thanks for coming on as always, my man. Mr. Bob, we'll see you later. We're gonna see all of you later, because you better be watching 9 at 9 coming at you in 45 minutes. Stay strong.
Big up.
Stay Spurs. And thank you guys for the super chats. You guys rock. And we'll see you guys next time.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's go now.